Everyone, welcome to Sunday Sewing Chat. I'm TeresaLouise, and I'm so glad you could be here with me today. I know I have been gone for a few weeks, but I'm, back here today, back sewing. So, welcome everybody. So happy to see you. Glad that you could join me. And let's see who we have here today so far. I don't see me on the screen. But that doesn't mean I'm not live, right? Let's see. Who do we have? My system is a little slow. Hi, everyone. We have Polly. Hello, Polly. Hello, Lynn. Good to see you. Watching from England. Ooh. Hello, Kim. Good to see you too. Hi, Linda. Hello, Donna. Hi, Kathy. Hello, CMJ. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Susan. Hi, Joan. Thank you, CMJ. Good to see all of you. Happy to be back. I missed everybody. Hi, Brenda. Hello, Weirdo. Good to see ya. Glad you're still a subscriber. Hello, Gladys, and hello, Joyce. Did I say hello, Kay? And Susan, you're out. Hello. Hello, Crystal. Hello, everyone. It's so good to see you today. Glad that you could be here with me. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Paula. Hi, Donna Bogart. Hi, Dean. Hi, Denise. So, how are you guys? Good to see you. I'm doing okay. I'm here. So tell me what you're doing today. I'd like to know. It's been a while since I've done a video, so I feel like I'm kind of, forgot what I'm doing. Right? Hi, Joe. It's just shorter. I like to give everybody nicknames, I guess. That's easier. Hello, Linda Dollar. Oh, MJ Sews. Okay. Thanks for letting me know that. Brandon and I are doing okay. So I don't know how many people are here. 38. Thank you for the thumbs ups. I appreciate that. Um, so yeah, we've been going through some stuff, right? Some stuff. Let's see. I'm not sure. I think it's been about a month and a half ago. I'd have to look on the calendar. Um, Brandon was going through some things. He was coughing up blood. Not a lot, but some, but enough to make you worry, right? So we went to the doctors and all that. And, during that period, he was also seeing the heart doctor to get another cardioversion. And so we talked to the heart doctor about that. And of course, he wanted us to go see our regular doctor and all that. And anyway, he did the cardioversion. Brandon's out of AFib again. I don't know how long it's going to last this time. I don't know if they're going to do another ablation. At this point, I think they're going to put that off and see how long this next cardioversion lasts. And so um, within a couple of days after that, I got him in to see our regular doctor, and then they did a CAT scan and an X-ray, blood work, and everything, and they found a mass in his lung. And okay, so let me just say he's okay. Okay, so I don't want y'all to get real worried, but they found a mass in the lower left lung. It was on the outside of the lung, but behind the rib. So it was in his pleuris, I think you call it. So then, you know, all hell broke loose, I guess. Lack of a better word. And so then the doctor wanted him to go to Lewiston to have other tests done. We scheduled a PET scan, another CT scan, and then she wanted a biopsy too. All right, so he went in like on a Monday and got the PET scan and then another CT scan. And then Friday, that same week, he was scheduled to go in for the biopsy. So we went in on Friday for the biopsy, and we had to be there like at 7 o'clock in the morning, which is really early. And so they got him all set up. Well, we hadn't gotten any results on the PET scan and the other CT scan that had been done on Monday from our regular doctor. So they took Brandon down to get his biopsy, and the guy there said, looked at, he had access to these other test results, and he said, well, according to these test results, your mass has shrunk. He said, I want to do another CT scan and see what's going on before I do the biopsy. So they did another CT scan, and he said, yeah, okay, so this, you know, to me, this is what prayer can do, because the first CT scan, it was like 22 cc's, whatever it is. The doctor said it's like a half an inch by half an inch by half an inch, and that's how big the mass was. And by that Friday, when we went in for that biopsy, he said that it had shrank so much that he wouldn't even be able to do a biopsy on it because there wasn't enough of it there to do a biopsy. So I was shocked, you know. I was in awe, I guess. I can't tell you guys how grateful I am that things got better, you know. So that's where I've been helping him and going through all that. And everything seems to be going well. And like I said, I'm so grateful. And so in two or 3 months, so at this point, they're just going to keep an eye on it. We still don't know. I still don't know what it was. I don't know if they know what it was. I'm sure the next time we go in and see our regular doctor, she'll tell us, what the PET scan, if it said anything on it. Um, but they haven't, nobody's called us. So it's kind of irritating a little bit, that you don't get answers, but I'm still thankful, grateful, and just, happy that he's doing better. So we're still not sure what the blood was. It was only mostly like in the morning, and it was like in his, like when you're clearing your throat kind of thing. So it could have been, something in his throat or maybe in his uh, nasal. Um, the other thing I find kind of curious too is that he um, is using a new CPAP machine. I don't know if it's set wrong and it's maybe drying his throat out, or, I don't know. So more investigation, although that has stopped. And maybe that was where the blood was coming from, was that, we just don't know. So, I think there's always going to be some things that you just don't know, right? So that's what's been going on. Um, Otherwise, I'm doing okay. Definitely not as stressed out as I was. All the doggies are doing okay, and yeah, it is hot. It's been really hot here. It's been up in the 90s every day for about a week, which is not normal for this area at all. And in fact, it's looking at the weather report, looks like it's going to be, in the 90s all next week too. And Brandon has a doctor's appointment next week up in Moscow, Idaho, with his heart doctor. Talk about his, just a regular checkup thing after his cardioversion. So anyway, my tooth is still gone. I haven't had time to take care of any of that thing. My thumb is still in trigger thumb. I can't bend it, but I'm getting kind of used to it being like that. Every now and again it'll bend, and oh my God, talk about pain. It's pretty swollen actually compared to this one, and I'm not sure why it's swollen. I'm supposed to go see the hand doctor next week, so we'll see what they have to say. Yeah, it did actually cool off here for a little while today. It looked like it was going to rain, but it has been so hot up here in this sewing room. I haven't even been up here until like yesterday. So for like 3 weeks at least since I've been up here in the sewing room. Oh, thank you, you guys. I appreciate it. Hi, Terry. Hi, June. Hello, Joyce. Hi, Kathy. Let's see who else I missed. Anyway, so that's, what's been happening. Other than that, Brandon's doing pretty good. I think he feels okay. Let's see. Brenda's doing some quilting. Daughter's birthday is August 18th. Cool. Joyce got the Scarlet panel with the half-yard bundle at a great price. Oh, that's awesome. That's that red and white stuff, huh? I got the red and white quilt on the long arm, and I got the quilt about half done quilting, and then my tension started messing up again. In fact, there's probably like a half of a row that I'm going to have to pick out unless I just live with the little bit of eyelashing that's on there. I don't know. We'll see. I marked it. Um, so I kind of messed around with the tension a little bit this earlier today, and I was just kind of fed up with the whole thing, so I haven't done any more long arming today. And the quilt is so big, it's hard for me to get a spot to put a test piece on there like I usually do. So it's kind of hard to test the tension. So we'll see. The eyelashing isn't really real bad. You can barely see it, so I might just, the quilt is for me, so I might just put up with it. The problem with that is that those stitches are looser, you know, um, and so eventually they may it may come apart there. I don't know. I've never really tested it. I'm just guessing. It looks like though it could lift up, and you could like snag your toe on it or something like that. Hi, Katie. I really appreciate your prayers, everybody. Let's see. Thank you for the hugs. I appreciate it. And the prayers. Always, always appreciate hugs and prayers. Hello, my quilt projects. How's it going? Let's see. Who else we got? Well, I'm sorry if I missed you guys saying hello to anybody. I'm going to jump back down to the end here. That's what I kind of wonder if it might tighten up a little bit when I wash the quilt, especially where it's not so bad. So that's a possibility too. I can't really tell because the quilt is all rolled up just how much of that section needs to be picked out. So it could be anywhere from, this much to the whole length or, you know. So I'm going to have to wait until I take the quilt off. And the only reason why I'm doing it that way is because, like, normally before you advance the quilt, if there's something that you need to fix, you would do it before you advance the quilt. But I have already advanced the quilt and there's already quilting there. So that means that I'm just going to have to wait until the whole quilt is done. And I have done this before on my own quilts, fixed little sections, and not had any problems. So finish quilting the quilt, take it off, and then I figure out where I need to fix it, and then I take all of that stitching out. And like I said, it's only going to be about probably that much of the quilt, I'm guessing. And if it doesn't look too poofy, if it is poofy, then I might do like a basting stitch along there. Okay? And then go in and quilt it. If it's not too poofy in those areas, then I can just quilt it. But how I put it back on the long arm after I've taken one off is I use these clips that I got from the plumbing section. Let me show you. They look like this, and they clip right on that bar. They just, on the long arm bar. So sometimes I use these on the belly bar, which is the bar, you know, that's next to your belly, to hold the quilt taut. But most of the time I use these for my practice pieces, or like I said, if I take a quilt off, then this is the fastest way to just put it back on. So I have like 12 of these, and so I'll just go along on the back bar with the quilt and then clip these on there. And then so simple. Can't really do that for just the backing. You know, like you may be thinking, well, that would be a pretty good trick instead of pinning your back on and all that. It would be just a little too loose. I mean, you could do it, but you would need about 12 inches of fabric because you would need to roll it a couple of times to get this stuck in there under the fabric so that the backing wouldn't slip. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. But anyway, for those of you that do long arming. Anyhow, hi Nellie, how's it going? Oh, that's cool, Kim. Glad you're getting to see the grandkids. I'm going to start hand quilting the quilt I finished for my aunt. My grandmother started it back in 1940. It was packed away, and I finished all of the blocks and put the top together. Oh, that's awesome, Kim. Let's see. Who else we have? Hi, Lisa. Hi, Lorraine. How are you doing? Hi, Shirley. Hi, P-Bar. Thank you. Yes, prayers can move mountains. I'm working on binding for a baby quilt, and I'm also working on a scrap quilt. That's from Jamie of the Quilting Compound. Hi, Dorlin. How's it going? Hi, Lily. Hi, Sylvia. Looks like I missed quite a few people saying hello. Okay, I'm going to pop back down to the end. No, Kathy, I haven't done any canning. Not lately. I need to do a batch of huckleberry jelly. That sounds good. Okay. Now, I know these have been out for a while. I have a couple of subscription boxes to open. I know they've been out for a while, so everybody who gets these should, you should have yours already, and this should not really be a surprise, so it's not a spoiler. But if you haven't gotten last month's box, this is last month, then you might not want to look, because I'm gonna open it. Okay. Here we go. The Sweetest Peach. This is June. And we got 20% off of eyelet yardage and pre-cuts. There's also another pattern that's free that we can download. So that is nice. So you always get some sort of coupons on the back of this. All right. So this box is like $29.95 a month plus tax if you are in a state that has taxes, and $5 shipping. So it's like cost me about $36.70. All right, let's see what we have here. Oh, we got all kinds of little things in here. All right, we have little house, a little tin, and some pins, little pins, and let's see, retail $11.24. Not sure how many pins you get in here, but there are blue ones and pink. I want to open it. Kay is working on the corners of the festival, and you are. Well, you're ahead of me. We need to go live sometime. So a little tin, okay, that's cute. It has the Fat Quarter Shop logo on it, and it slides. I wonder if it's magnetic. Yeah. So you could have a magnet on there if you want. I don't know why you would, but okay. I wanted to see how thick these pins are. Let's see what it says. Doesn't really say. All right, how's this open? I hate it when you can't open things. All right, I'm going to open this pin thing, box, and I'll just use the scissors on it. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you left already. I'm out of it, sorry. Things have just been crazy here. Okay. Oh, hey, they're nice. They're fairly thin. They're a little bit thicker than the ones I normally use. Mine are like, the ones I normally use are like super fine. But I think these would be okay. And they are glass head, so they all fit in there. This would be pretty nice to take on put in your stuff, you know, if you go to sewing group or whatever. And then we got another pack of needles for our sewing machine. And these are 90-14, which we always seem to get 90-14. I actually like to use 80-12s for just regular sewing. But that's all right. I'll still use them. I like to use them if I'm going to quilt with my brother's sewing machine, you know, like free motion quilt. Then I will use a 90-14. Otherwise, I use a 80-12. And those are $5.98. Is that a normal price? Because that seems kind of high. And then we got a ruler. Another ruler by Creative Grids. It's the 60 Diamond Teeny. Alrighty. And wow, its value is $18.49. Wow, that's expensive. So I'm guessing that the pattern in here will be for this ruler. It looks like it comes with instructions, and it has all kinds of different markings on it, so that's interesting. And it has the non-slip grippy stuff on there. And it's got the cut off tips, so that's nice. That means you can cut your dog ears, I think. All right, so has anybody used this ruler before? Yeah, it comes with some instructions, and I usually keep these little instructions. Okay, here's the fabric. Okay, so it's a little, like a half a jelly roll. What do they call them? It is Jelly and Jam Honey Bun. It's by Fig Tree Quilts for Moda Fabric, and retail is $34.98. All right, so they're 1.5 inch strips, and then there's probably like 42 in here, which is nice because you get usually everything that's in the collection, right? I'm not gonna take this apart, you guys, but it is called, I guess it's called Jelly and Jam Honey Bun. Or jelly, I'm sorry, Jelly and Jam. So if you want to see what that looks like, you can go on the website at the Fat Quarter Shop and look it up. It's Fig Tree's fabric. Looks pretty though. Typical Fig Tree fabric, I think. So, all right, so there's that. And then here is the pattern. So definitely going to be using that ruler. So that's kind of a cool pattern. I don't really like that background. I would probably just use white or off-white or some sort of cream or maybe light blue. That's not really my jam. But this does look like it might be good for scraps too. So the pattern here is 42 by 46. And these patterns are exclusive, which is good if you're getting the box, but not so good if you don't get the box. You can't get the pattern, right? So there's that. All right. So this block of the month is called Peaceful Baskets, and we've done 2 already. And this is block 3. Block 3. And okay, here's a good picture of it. So that is block 3. The block is 17.5 inch square. So they're pretty big blocks. So I've been doing those. This is $9.98. You can get this block if you want it. You can get all the blocks. You know, got plenty of time yet. This is only the 3rd, although block 4 is coming out here pretty quick. But you can go to the Fat Quarter Shop and get this if you want to. So, alrighty. How are we doing in the chat? Hey Heather, how are you doing? Hi Susan, how are you today? So that is what is in last month's box. Some good stuff. Good stuff. Everything in there definitely can use. And so I kind of like getting those pins because I need to go through my pin cushions and get rid of all the ones, all of them that are bent, which there are quite a few, because I use the pins that are so fine, they bend really easy. And I usually just throw them away because unless they're not, bent that bad. They got to be really bent before I throw them away. Unusable, right? Oh no, you're sick? Oh, prayers for you to get to feeling better, Susan. I'm so sorry to hear that. I know you weren't feeling very good on Thursday. Cooking supper for the kiddos. Yeah, that baby is a year old. Woohoo! I can't believe it. A year old already. Okay, the next one I'm going to open is Primitive Gatherings box. I think this is the second box I've gotten, but it is the third block. Okay, so this box, Primitive Gatherings, it is $45 every other month. And that $45 includes the shipping price. Okay? And they are doing a block of the month, block of every other month. I think you do two blocks each time, I think. All right, so here's what's in there. And then you get, this is a nice thin little box, actually. I'm not sure what the size is, but you could keep this box for projects. I kind of like this box size for projects better than that back quarter shop box. I don't usually keep those back quarter shop boxes. I did at first, and then I just had so many of those boxes. I kept the project in the box, and, they just stacked up. Anyway, finally got rid of the boxes. I'm like, this is crazy. So, I'm not going to read all this out to you because I just do not enjoy doing that. Hi, Teresa. Oh no, that does not sound good at all, Susan. Do you have like an urgent care thing you could go to? Sound kind of like you might have the flu. All right, so this is everything that's in the box minus the caramels because I ate those already. So we got this cute little, well, they call it a little bag from Moda that is called Maker Beyond Measure Maker Bucket Small by Moda. And they say that you could, you could use it for whatever you want. Isn't that cute? You could put like a bunch of jelly rolls in here, and have it as a little display thing. Or like they say, you could use it for your little scrap bins or your threads. You could take it to a retreat, and then you would have a little garbage bin thing next to you, right? What I need to find like a little bucket that will fit in there, so it'll stand up. And I was thinking the ice cream bucket, but I don't think it's quite big enough for it. I'll have to check it out. But that is really cute. And I'm not sure what the value is on it. And I don't know if they tell you in here. No, they don't really give you a value. So I guess I could look it up, but I believe you can get them because it is a Moda product. So it's called Maker Bucket, okay? Oh, a sand bucket? That's a good idea, Judy. You may have an inner ear problem, maybe, says Kathy. All right, so here are the fabrics for block 3. Here we go. Okay. And these are the fabrics we got. Now, for this block of the month, I'm going to call it that because it's hard to say block every other month, or you know what I mean. And I'm not really sure if you can sign up for just this. You could check at the Primitive Gatherings. Jamie might know. Oh yeah, Jamie, she might have vertigo. I have that. That really sucks. Anyway, these fabrics are fat quarters, which there are more than enough fabric to do these blocks. So you get a lot of extra fabric. So let me show you. This was last month, and I haven't done it yet. But after I cut out all of the fabrics, this is how much I had left from the fat quarters from that block. So there's still a lot of fabric left. Might be using it again, I don't know. Of course, I'm going to save it until this project's all done. All right, so there's that one. And the instructions, they're using papers. So I just wanted to tell you, the ones they're using are, let's see, 2-inch finished half square triangle paper. Okay. You can get this paper at your quilt store, or you can go to the fat quarter shop, or I bet you Primitive Gatherings probably has it too. The other one they're using is the 1-inch finished. So I decided, I already had those papers, you know, from the fat quarter shop, so that's what I'm doing. And I've never used them before, so I thought, hey, learn something new, right? Anyway, so that's the fabrics we got, which I think they're really pretty colors. I like that pink. Isn't that pretty? Of course, they are all solids, but I'm going to use them anyway. All right. So that's that. Then, all right. Then we got another project, which is called Good Works Wander. It's 61.5 square inch quilt. Let me take it out of the bag there. Heather says the triangle papers are nice to use. Susan says, yes, a lot of extra fabric. So there's the, isn't that cute? And this is the charm pack. So you get a charm pack. And it's Feed Sacks, Good Works by Lindsay McCrae. Very pretty colors. Really pretty colors. Like the colors. So that's one of the projects. And I like this quilt. And it looks like half square triangles, so you could probably use those papers again. You guys, those of you that have used the triangle papers, you think it's faster to do your half square triangles that way? So there's that one project there. We've got one more project, and this is a table runner. Stonebridge runner. That's pretty. I like that. By Primitive Gatherings. And the fabric is Stonebridge. And it's Robert Kaufman. And very nice colors, kind of Civil War type fabrics. Very nice. And that's a very nice table runner. You're still going to have quite a few squares left over, so that I'm sure you don't do the whole thing. Matter of fact, if you wanted to, you could take this one and do this quilt. All right? So, that's what was in this box. All right? So, I got the bucket, this one, this project, 2 charm packs, 2 patterns, and then 4 fat quarters with instructions for the blocks. I think that's pretty darn good, you know, $45. So, you know, I think they put $5 towards shipping, which I know shipping is more than $5. It's got to be. And this bucket, you know, so let's say shipping is $10, which is probably closer. So probably paying like $35 for this box, and you got 3 projects basically, plus a gift and candy. So what I was thinking I might do with this bucket bag is I might put my projects in here from Primitive Gatherings. And then I could, yes, I think they will fit. All right. So if I fold this up, I can put it with, because I was thinking, where can I put these projects I've been getting from Primitive Gatherings? And then I got this bucket, and I thought, hey, that's a great idea. So I was thinking about saving these bags, save them for a year, and then send them all back. because you get quite a few bags. All right. So I like this box. I've been happy with it so far. I think it's a good value. All right, I'm going to take this tag off my bucket, because I don't need it on there. Okay, there's that. So, here we go. There's my bucket with my patterns. A pattern bucket, okay? I'm going to put this in there too. And then I can just set it over here. And hopefully it doesn't fall down. No, that looks okay. What do you think? Good idea? There. Yeah, I like that idea. All right. So that was what I had in the mail. Yeah, Primitive Gathering, Lisa Jean. However you say that. Yep, it's her box. And she has some great projects. Yeah, you save them. You never. That's true. Because I bought the Ziploc bags that were about that size that I put projects in the closet. So, yeah, I'm not going to throw them away. I mean, I saved these bags for a long time. I don't remember the last time I threw one away. Okay, so what I'm doing, besides working on that red and white quilt on the long arm, is I'm doing this block. Hello, Rain's Whisper. Lynn. Hi, Lynn. How you doing? Hi, Jess. How's it going? Bye, Joyce. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. All right. So this is, like I said earlier, this is the first time that I have used these triangles on a roll. And so I've already sewn up part of this already. The only thing so far that I've noticed is sewing on that paper is a little slippery. So I'm wondering if it might be better to use your walking foot when you do foundation paper piecing. What do you guys think? I don't know. I know that it's kind of slippery in there, so I'm wondering if I should put my extension table on there. If that would make it a little bit better. Maybe. Oh, that's a good idea. Use the bags when you're going to mail something. Yeah, that's a good idea. I have a storage area over there on my back of my door where all these bags live. Pop a couple of pins in. Yeah, I put the pins in there. It's the paper isn't slipping on the fabric. The foot of the, in the sewing machine, the whole thing is slippery. The whole project is slippery under there. Under the foot. That's what I was talking about. I don't know, Joyce. I haven't, I have never gotten any fabric from Marshall's Dry Good because we don't have that store out here, for one thing. Oh, lower the foot. Thank you, Jamie. Yeah, I had the pressure up pretty high. That might work. God. Sometimes I think I have marbles in my brain. So yeah, I don't know why I had that up so high. That's funny. I'll try that. Let's see if that works. Yes, that works. That was better. I didn't even, I'm so glad I brought that up because I didn't even think about that. And I didn't know if because this feels kind of slick and the other foundation uh, paper piecing that I've done, I didn't have that problem. So that's funny. Yay! I'm so glad you said something, Jamie. I'm drinking sweet tea. My favorite. I probably drink a gallon of that almost. Almost a gallon of tea a day. Is that bad? It doesn't, I don't use a lot of sugar and I don't use a lot of tea. So I guess it's kind of weak sweet tea. Yeah, that is a lot better. But it didn't slide one time that time. Okay, so just like with any other foundation paper piecing, you sew on the sew line, on the stitch line, and which are dashes. See the dash? And they say follow the arrow. All right, and then you cut on the solid line. Okay, so I think I got all my dashes sewn. Just gonna make sure. Yeah, looks like it. And now I can just cut those apart. Hi, Jen. How's it going? It's good to see you too. Yeah, I've been through the ringer washer. All right, here we go. Wish me luck. I'm going to use a ruler that isn't supposed to slide, and I'm going to cut on the solid line. Okay, that worked. Makes me a little nervous because I'm afraid I'm going to cut the wrong line, you know. But so just double check that I'm only cutting on the solid line. Still have to cut off your dog ears though. So that looks pretty good. Okay, I got to trim that line off. But definitely have to have a garbage can close by. You get marble brain too? I get marble brain a lot. And I get tongue-tied. My words don't come out. All right. So far, so good, you guys. Okay, I gotta trim that one up. A lot of baby birds right now. We had a whole, like 3 swallows in the yard, babies. They were not quite ready to be out of the nest. I mean, they were really close. And they ended up in the flower bed right by the front door. I was trying to keep an eye on them and try to figure out what to do because, you know, I knew they were like close to being fledglings, but they weren't really, you know, they were not really well protected there. Okay. So anyway, as I had all 3 of them. Mom and Dad knew where they were, and I was keeping the dogs away from them and all that stuff because I know Annie would have gotten them. And the neighbor's dog, too. I was more worried about the neighbor dog than I was about Annie. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Valerie. And yeah, Kathy, I still get elk and deer in the yard. Anyway, so I was thinking about, you know, making a nesting box or getting a basket or something and, you know, putting it up and then just putting them all in there. So I was trying to get something ready. So I go out and check on them. And what do I see in the flower bed? Wasn't a dog. It was a snake. Yeah, it was a gardener snake with a fat belly. So I knew he had, boy, this is a lot of cutting. I knew he had eaten the baby birds. So I ran in the house, got Brandon, because while I'm not really scared of snakes, I don't particularly like to pick them up. I don't like touching snakes. So he came out and grabbed a snake. And definitely the snake had a bulge in its belly. So I knew he had gotten at least one. So I dug around in the flower bed, and there's a lot of, you know, foliage in the flower bed. And I found one of the baby birds dead because the snake had tried to eat it too, but it was a little bit too big and it couldn't, so it spit it back out. So you could imagine, I'm sure. And that made me mad. I was mad about the whole thing because I'd been watching these baby birds and taking care of them for a couple of days. All right, so I'm like, well, where's the other bird? Well, I finally found the other bird, and it was alive, thank goodness. It was alive, and so I, exactly, Kay. Yeah, snakes are bad about that, and snakes will climb the trees too to get to the baby birds. So anyway, Brandon was not happy about the whole thing either, and he killed the snake. He was so pissed off. I know. I kind of had mixed feelings about that because, I know the the snake is just trying to, live also. I would have taken it down the road, but anyway. So I made a nest box for the only little bird that was left, and I attached it to a ladder because the swallows' nests are in the eaves in the house, not in the house, but on the house, under the roof, so they're kind of in a shady area, and it's a mud nest, right? And we don't mind them making a nest there. The nest usually goes away during the wintertime and they have to start all over again. We kind of like having them around because they eat a lot of flying bugs and, mosquitoes and all that stuff. It was a gardener snake, and but I have seen bull snakes climb trees. They go around it, spiral around it to get to a nest. Anyway, so I made a nesting box, and I put the baby in there, and I attached this box to a ladder, and as high up as I could get it on the ladder. And I'll tell you what, that mama and daddy birds, they really know their baby's calls. They could find that baby wherever it was at. So, yeah. And they didn't mind I think they kind of liked the box I made. They came right to it. I mean, they flew around it a couple of times and dove down into it, and, anyway. So I took care of that bird, and it stayed in that nesting box for another week. So they did get out of the nest too soon. And I'm not sure why. I'm kind of thinking because it got really hot, and maybe it was just too hot inside of their nest, and they jumped out. That's a long ways down. I'm surprised they didn't break their necks jumping out. Anyway, so yeah. Then the little bird started flying around, flew out of the nesting box, and it flew over into a pine tree. And then I'm like, okay, my job is done. I'm not gonna, try and get up in the pine tree to get the bird back. I figured that was good enough. And I could tell where that baby was, because every half hour, 45 minutes, the parents would come back and feed the bird again. So I could always tell where the bird had moved to in the yard. So that made me feel good. At least one of the birds, made it. And so that's been about 4 days ago or so, I guess. And then yesterday, I went out there, and there was another baby bird that had jumped out of the nest. This would be from a different batch, right? So I went to pick it up, and it flew off. So I'm like, okay, well, you are ready to come out of the nest. If you can fly already, I don't have to worry about you. Yay. About 5 acres, Terry. Bye, Kim. Thanks for being here. So Brandon looked it up on the internet about boxes, nesting boxes for the swallows. So he made a couple of those, and he put those up. So we'll see if they use them or not. I don't know. I don't mind snakes. I just don't like to touch them. I don't like the way they feel. All right. So all those half square triangles are cut. They're all cut. I wish that using that paper cut off the dog ears. That's kind of a bummer. I mean, that would be one of the main reasons why I used paper. Okay, let's see. Now we're testing this paper. Half square triangle paper from the Fat Quarter Shop. And, oh, came off pretty good. Their paper is kind of, pretty thin. I did set my machine to under 2, a little bit under 2. Mine's a dial. All right, and I always fold it back. And, yeah. That looks pretty good. All right, so I got to cut all those papers off. See, that's why I don't like paper. Because it just seems like one more step that I don't really need to do, Now, the one thing I'm not going to have to do is square these up. Now, I do know that. So, ripping paper takes the place of squaring these up, I guess. So, which is better? Tearing paper or squaring up half square triangles? I'm not sure yet. Okay, that's pulling my stitches out, so that one I'm going to have to redo. Set that there. Okay, I got to do something better. What's a better way so it doesn't tear my stitches out? Okay. Okay, that worked a little bit better. So besides folding them back and creasing it, so I folded the paper back, using my thumb to crease both pieces, so doing it on the big piece and on the seam allowance piece. And then instead of grabbing it right here on the corner, I just cut that in half right there and start in the middle, taking that out. I like the way that worked a little bit better. Start in the middle and pull. And it's not tugging on those, the stitches on the ends. I used a 1.5 and that seems to work. Okay, Nita. Hi, Nita. How's it going? 1.5. All right. Smaller stitches. I use a water brush over it and it comes right off. Oh, all right. Let's see, water brush. Where's that water brush that Susan sent me? Okay, Brenda says, after I cut them apart, I trim the dog ears, then press open, set the seams, then take the paper off. Okay. All right, let me try that with the rest of these. Yeah, I think I needed a smaller stitch, definitely. So on the next ones, I'll do a smaller stitch. All right, so taking it off from the middle does work better. All right, let me turn my iron on. Oh, it's getting kind of warm up here. That is one of the reasons I started earlier, is because it gets so warm up here that I didn't think I could handle being live in the heat. And I haven't hooked up the air conditioner up here yet. All right, so I'm gonna cut the dog ears. Teresa says, Brenda, I do the same thing. Hi, Amy. Use a 1.5 stitch. Okay. Use water pen from the Sew Sample. Oh, right. Well, that one dripped all over the place. But that probably work. still got water in it. It still drips out. Okay. I'll try that. Jamie, I need you as my secretary. Yes, Suzanne, you still get dog ears with the paper. Yeah, mine drips. But you gotta shake it. Oh, you haven't tried yours yet? Yeah, mine leaks. I don't know if everybody else's does or not, but it probably would be okay for this project. I did not, it only has water in it. I did not put starch in there to use like an acorn pin. And I'm glad I didn't because it leaks. So if you put water in here, make sure you store it standing up, because if you have it laying down or the wrong way, all your product, your water or starch is going to leak out. Okay. All right, I'll turn this back down. And I'm going to take a little break. I'll be right back, you guys. Don't go anywhere. Yeah, it's getting kind of warm outside. I had to close that patio door. I need another fan. Kay wants to know, Jamie, how is No by July going for you? I haven't bought anything this month other than my subscription boxes, and those were last month. Oh, dark side. Okay, Brenda. Now, yeah, it's about 90 something out there now. It was really nice earlier, but we had a lot of clouds and stuff. It looked like it was going to rain, but it feels pretty warm and muggy out there now. And I had that door open and all that heat from outside was coming in. Okay. So let's go ahead, trim the dog ears off. I'm going to press them first. I think I will press to the maroon side. I'm in Southeast Alaska. I'm procrastinating as I need to get out and walk. Get out there, Sylvia. You can do it. I went for a nice little walk last night. But, you know, the past week or 4 days, whatever, I've been watching those birds. I've been sitting outside and darn mosquitoes and black flies and I don't know what all bit me, but I got bites all over the place, especially on my right leg and then up on my top of my head, on my neck. And I'm pretty sure some of them are not mosquito bites because they don't look good at all. You know, they're really red, kind of purplish. They do not look good. And they itch like crazy. I have my iron on steam. I probably shouldn't. Turn this water pen. Yeah, I think what I needed to do is make my stitch length smaller. Okay, and I need tweezers on that one. All right. Papers are getting stuck in there. I just saw a better bug repellent, vanilla and water. Really? Huh. Never heard of that. How much vanilla and how much water? Did it say? Do you have to use real vanilla or can you use imitation? Kathy said that a family member went camping and they said the mosquitoes were awful. Yeah, I don't think it was really mosquitoes. Our black flies are really bad this year. So And usually we don't have those around the house. I usually only see them up in the woods when I'm picking huckleberries. So if they're down here already, they're probably going to be really bad up at the huckleberry patch, which I'm not really. Okay, thanks, Heather. Hi, Renee. How's it going? Good to see you too. Oh, ticks? Yeah. We don't really have a tick problem, but when we go to Lewiston, to the doctors, seems like the girls always pick up a few ticks. I try not to go to the places where I think there might be ticks hanging out. So I try to just go to the parks where there's green grass and water. Go to the river. But they still, sometimes they pick them up. There are a few good things about living up here. Like when I lived in Oregon, you had to watch out for the rattlesnakes and black widows. And we also had what we call goat heads, which is a sticker. It's also called puncture vine. Step on one of those, boy, I'll tell you what, you know it. But we don't have those three problems up here, so that's good. All right, go ahead and iron these other ones that already. Well, the one thing about it, when you press it with the paper still in there, they seem to be stay a little more stable. So I like that. Definitely when you use a water pen or an acorn pen or something, one of those two, your seams are flatter. And this just has water in it, and that's working pretty well at flattening the seams. It's an extra step, but hey. Goat heads were bad when you lived in Texas. Flies are awful out here. Yeah, and the other thing we have a lot of this year are those sweat bees. Luckily, though, they're not mean bees. They're pretty nice, but they do try to land on you. They kind of remind me of a fly, but they look more like a bee. But they don't have a stinger, but they do have a tongue like a fly, you know. But what they're trying to do is lick up your sweat. That's why they call them sweat bees. They're kind of annoying, but at least they don't sting you or bite you. I thought there was a bumblebee floating in the dog's water outside. a few days ago, and so I was just going to save it, rescue it. And when I picked it up out of the water, it stung me. I'm like, here I am trying to save you, and you stung me. Well, it turns out it wasn't a bumblebee. I don't know if bumblebees sting you, but it was just plain stupid to do that. You know, I shouldn't have used my finger to get the bee out. And it hurt. Oh my God, it hurt. So I made a baking soda. You take baking soda and water, and you make a thick paste with it, and then you just coat your finger or wherever the bite is or the sting is, and leave it on there. I mean, it's almost like instant pain relief. So I left it on there for about 20 minutes. Luckily, I'm not allergic to bee stings. I did get a little teeny bit of a bump there where it got me, but hi, Gloria. Oh my goodness. 7th day of over 100 here. That does not sound good. Yeah, you're about 10 degrees hotter than me. Which I feel like 90 is hot enough. Is too hot. 90 is too hot. All right, so those are all pressed. Yay. Now I got you know who right under the table here. I'm going to cut off my dog ears. I'm sure I'm not going to get done with this block, but it's a start. I need to start taking some of these projects downstairs where it's cooler and sew down there in the afternoon. But the sewing machine I have down there is a different brand than this one. I kind of like to use the same sewing machine throughout the project. Not that I feel like it makes a whole lot of difference. I mean, once you know where your 1/4 inch stitch is, then, you know, you should be good. But yeah, it's really humid here today too, Kathy. Yeah, that's right, Valerie. She said she used a baking soda and water paste on a wasp sting from last year. It really works. And will push out the stinger if you still have it in there too. Yep. I learned that when I was like about 6 years old, I want to say. I was at my great-grandmother's place playing outside, and I got stung. And that's what she did. She took me right into the house. I can still remember it too. I was playing with a bucket or something. There was a bucket. I remember there was a bucket. And anyway, she came running when I started screaming, you know. I might have been a little bit younger than 6, 5 or 6 years old. And like I said, she took me in the house and she made that paste and then set me down and made me sit there for a little while with that baking soda paste on my hand. And it worked. I've always remembered that ever since, to use that. Boy, that was a long time ago. Yeah, Sylvia, I hate those goat hats. I'm glad we don't have them out here, and I hope they don't get out here. Pretty easy to drag them along in your tires and stuff. Okay, so those are all ready. So all I got to do is get the papers off of these. Yeah, I'm not too sure if this is really faster or not. You know, one of these times I might like make 4 this way and 4 the other way without the paper and time myself and see how long it takes. All right, so whatever you do, be sure and lower your stitch length, because I think that's the problem I'm having here. So a lot of people said 1.5. That's what I would do, is at least 1.5. Thanks, Kathy. Hi, Jean. How are you doing? Oh, I'm sorry, Gloria, but 99 years? Wow. That's a long life there. Okay, so the piece that's on the seam side, the little piece, that is coming off a lot easier after I pressed it. A lot easier. I didn't see much difference on the big piece. Not sure why, but definitely better on that little piece, which was the piece that was ripping my my stitches out. Yes, prayers for you and your family, Gloria. Brenda, does your husband like using the papers? Has he tried them and does he like them? Hi, Crossover. How's it going? Good to see you. All right. I think papers would be really good for like young people or new sewers. They can just sew right on the line, you know. One more to go. Guys getting tired of watching me pull papers? I agree, Valerie. I agree. She said, I think you would get the paper off quicker with practice. But I only like FPP for the more inker. Bleh. Yeah, I'm going to say challenging projects. I will stick to making house square triangles the old-fashioned way. Hi, Liz. Okay, last one. Yeah, I didn't mind it so much when I was doing that tiger and stuff. But I don't know. Like I said, I'd like to test it and see if it's better doing it the old-fashioned way or with papers. And now I could leave the paper in there because it's not very much in there. Okay. Not very much. Or I could take some tweezers and pluck it out. All right, so that color is done. All right, so now I have 2 more sets to do for this one project. So I have to have 4, no, this would be 8. 8 of the green ones. 2, 4, 6, 8, yep. And these are also, oh, and it even tells you to put your stitch length to 1.5. I should have read the instructions first. And then we have the little teeny ones that are 1-inch finished. Hi, Janine. How's it going? Oh, thanks, Valerie. Janine loves her some FPP. Donna says, anything that helps from squaring up is good for me. Brenda says, yes, he likes the 3/4 inch finished. Oh, from Primitive Gatherings? Okay. Wow. 3/4 inch finished. That's a widow. Have a good walk, Sylvia. Hey, Liz. Okay, here we go. Let's sew this one. Oh, and I need to fix this one too. Let's see. That's better. Okay, and keep worrying that I'm going to run over the dog there. She moved just a little bit. Oh, it's hot up here. Gotta have iced tea. All right, here we go. So I got my... Okay. That's about half there. So is anybody reading any good books or anything, books from Audible? I'm getting ready to start a new book on Audible. Okay. That was pretty easy. When you follow the arrows, you go through pretty quick. I use Hoopla for audiobooks. Oh, I've never heard of that. Is that a paid membership thing or? Yeah, I'm going to have to search for that too. Yeah, I'd rather go for a walk pretty early in the morning or late in the afternoon. It doesn't start cooling off here till around 8 o'clock. I should do the long line first. Oh, Libby, yeah. Free through the local libraries. I use Audible, and my membership, I get a lot of free books. Plus 1 credit. And I think it is, boy, these are little. Like $15 a month or something like that. And I listen to a lot of books. So far, it has been worth it for me. Yeah, 1 inch. 1 inch is pretty little. Definitely going to press these with the paper on, because see how small that is? 1 inch finished. 1 inch. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to press those with the paper on. Hi, Laura Lynn. How's it going? That's okay. And I'm working on some half square triangles. I'm trying out the paper, which so far I'm not too sure about. But people are helping me get it figured out, so. Not sure if I like this method. We'll see. Yeah. So right now I'm doing, I did, what did I do? 2 inch finished, and now I'm doing 1 inch finished. Might be good to do them with the 1 inch finish, because these are pretty small. Yeah, teeny, itty bitty. That's what the center block is, right here. Hello, Math Geek. How's it going? They are helpful and supportive, Laura Lynn. Yeah, they are Tiffany size. Or smaller. Tiffany likes the little ones. Okay, press these. Now, these I did change the stitch length on, so let's see if that helped any. Okay, definitely a lot more stable leaving the paper on there. I'm glad Brenda told me about that. So I'm guessing that, you know, these squares won't get really wonky, because sometimes when you do half square triangles, no matter how careful you are, they kind of get a little bit wonky, especially when you know, press them, right? But this paper, of course, is acting like the foundation and at least keeping one side stable. So that's good. Hello, Shelby. How are you doing? What you up to today, Katie? How's everything over in Greenland? Is the hubby home, or did he go back out? I have not been on social media. Just too much other stuff going on right now. So some of it I just turned off for a while. He's home until mid-August. Warm and toasty here with lots of sunshine today. Cool. Well, I'm glad he'll be home until mid-August. Got like another month. Yay! Yeah, these are pretty small. Pretty small. All right, so I did say that I changed the stitch length. So let me go ahead and get one that has cooled off. And see if that works better. I'm sure it will, you know. Definitely. Okay, so having the proper stitch length definitely works better. I guess I'm going to have to make myself a note with the half square triangle papers, certain things to do before you start sewing. Make sure your presser foot is down, or the tension on the pressure foot. Make sure your stitch length is at 1.5. And use a water pen on your seams. It seems to help. The other thing I still like doing is pulling from the center instead of Don't pull from the outside of the seam on the corners. Okay, I'm going to cut these dog ears off while the paper's still on. Just because I still have all the paper on, so they are, a little more stable. In fact, you could just leave that on until you're ready to sew them all together. And you could sew them all together with the paper, and pull the paper at the very end when the block is all put together. Okay, there's that. You're welcome, Kathy. You got to thank the other ladies in the chat because they're the ones that clued me in. Yeah, it definitely is better to pull from the middle, I think. Okay. Yeah, that's working much faster, I have to say. So remember your process. I still want to do that time test, though. See which way is faster. Using papers or the old-fashioned way. I can hear Brandon downstairs watching Gunsmoke. Thanks, Kathy. Oh, wow, Katie. I hope you do have a finished wall. It would be about time. That would be so nice to get your sewing room done. That's the one thing about living somewhere far away. It's really hard to get contractors out to do stuff. That's why I'm glad Brandon and I are pretty handy. We both have remodeled houses before, and electrical and plumbing, walls, inside walls, outside walls, all the things. And we both enjoyed working on our automobiles, our cars. So that's pretty helpful when you live in a small area like this. The other thing is, in our community, you can always trade work. Like, people move here that are retired that have electrical skills or plumbing skills, and they're more willing to help out. In fact, some of them really enjoy it. Others just want to retire, and don't want to do any projects. And a lot of people from here will go on Facebook or post something down at the post office if they have services that they're willing to either trade or you pay, you know. Okay, so all of those little guys are done. Now I got the green ones to do. This is a long project. This is a time-consuming block. And it's hot up here. I think I'm going to have to go, you guys. What time is it? Oh, well, it's after 3 o'clock. I have been on for 2 hours. A little more than 2 hours. You guys got to be getting bored with me by now. Yeah, the papers are more accurate. That's for sure. I do have to say that. They even look more accurate than when I square them up. Definitely. Because sometimes my ruler slips. Oh, I have to come back up here in the morning to finish things up. All right. Turn that off. Turn it off and unplug it. Right? All right. So, just 8 more to do on them. And then I can put them all together. Oh, I did want to show you one more thing before I go. Okay, so you know my, gotta stretch. Have a good night, Teresa. Thanks for being here. Real quick, I'm just going to show you, okay, you know the red, white quilt that I did? I'm going to do one that's aquas. So, went through my stash and picked out a bunch of aquas. And I'm just going to cut up squares that are 3.5 inches. Just like the last quilt I did with the red one. So that's going to be my next downstairs project after I get them all cut up. So that's going to be pretty, don't you think? Turquoise one. So I think I'm going to do a red one, a turquoise, then I'm going to do a blue one, and then I might do a green one, then I might do I'm going to do one of these in all the colors. Just patchwork, just squares, 3.5 inches. That's all. That way I can, and purple. I'm going to do a purple one for sure. Get through using some of this fabric. So that's one of the things I'm going to get to ironing and sewing. Then I also have my horses all ready to quilt. So as soon as I get done with the red and white quilt on the long arm, I'm going to put these up on the long arm and get them quilted, because I want to put the horses in the quilt show that's in August. So I got to get my butt moving. I also want to put the red quilt in the quilt show, and I want to put Flutter, the Tula Pink quilt, in the quilt show, and the Songbird. So those two are done already, so I don't have to worry about those. Yeah, that's what I figure. Okie dokie. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, I think that'll be really pretty. I love teals. Teals are like one of my favorite colors. And purple. I love all the colors. I do. All right, you guys. I'm going to go. You guys take care. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. I love all of you. Happy sewing, okay? Bye for now. Until next time. Bye.